So we're at the mall up here in Lackawanna, and we're going to see all the trains that are down here.
Yeah, and this park over here, it's a national park. It's called Steamtown, where they have all these trains. Some of them are old, some of them are restored. And what's really cool is that this bridge is attached to the Steamtown Mall right down here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So when you go across this bridge, you go right into the food court of the mall. And these are a lot of the old trains that haven't been restored yet.
And there's an old bell right there.
An old what?
And there's an old bell over there where they ring it when they come.
Oh yeah, yeah, on the front of that steam engine there, yeah. So this train right here is called the Big Boy. And it's one of the longest and most powerful engines in the world. Look at the size of that thing. So where are we headed to now?
We're in the theater. We're gonna watch a TV show.
Yeah, we're gonna watch a movie about the railroad. This is a pretty cool theater right here, isn't it?
It's not too long. I don't think. I thought she said it was like about 18 minutes.
It's about 18 minutes, yeah. So Alex, what'd you think about the movie?
I really liked it.
What did it talk about?
This little boy who liked trains, and he started growing up, and people started liking planes more because they were faster and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go see what's out here. That's a pretty big theater here too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this is going to lead us to the History Museum, I believe. That's the turntable down there. What do you think?
Wait, is that the thing that like turns it around?
Yeah.
Oh.
So these are all the different people involved with the railroad. The tycoon. I imagine this is the hobo. And there we have perhaps the fireman. Pretty neat stuff, huh? Look at the detail in these guys.
Every 6 months we got a raise.
He's gonna give me my ticket.
Is he?
See?
It doesn't seem like he's in much of a hurry.
Yeah, he's a slow coach. He's a statue.
But look at this. This is set up like an old railroad station. You can go in here and you can listen to the announcements as if you were sitting in an old train station. We can actually go out here. Yeah.
I'm going to walk in front.
Oh, that's pretty neat. You can walk up in there. That's pretty cool.
Ew, look at the toilet.
Is that a toilet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
What is this? Oh, it's a coffee thing.
This is the old mail car. Remember they said they had this arm out here, right here, and it would get those bags that were hanging from the hooks on the side of the railroad, and they would bring them in here and sort them, and they'd sort them into whatever town they were going into. And then they drop them off at the next stop. Or not even at the next stop, just along the way. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Because anybody that was stuck, if somebody else got up on his mail, he'd go and help the fellow that was stuck. Because nobody sat down and rested or laid to sleep or anything else unless everybody was up. Nobody stopped to eat.
So there's the outside of the mail car. And they said 1977 was the last time one of these was used to deliver mail. That one looks like a passenger train, huh?
I'd love to just walk in here and pretend that I'm cooking, actually.
Oh, that's the kitchen. So this is the dining car that we're looking at here. Oh, that's neat. A small little kitchen area, but everything you need.
And look at in here.
This is like some kind of a private dining car, maybe?
And look at this. What is this?
That's where they would wash their hands.
Oh no, gym right here.
Look at this. This is set up like a dining room in here. This must have been like a first class car or something like that.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to.
We'll have to look. They have a sign down the other end. We'll have to see what the official name for this car is.
There's a bed. Oh, here's a better bathroom. You know where the bathrooms back there, those were just the bathrooms for the people to go to if they had to.
The mail workers, yeah. The mailmen. So this was called the Erie Business Car. So this little train right here was an amusement ride at Nayoud Park from 1955 until 1990. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Be cool to take a ride in that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And now,
Dump it in there. Okay, and then pick it up by both handles. Set the plastic thing down. And then no, pick this up by both handles.
this one? Oh,
Okay, and then you shake it back and forth and let the rocks fall down. And that's called sifting. And then you see if you find anything in there, find any treasures in there while you're doing it. Find anything, take a big scoop.
nope.
Anything? There's objects up here that you're supposed to find. So let's say, for example, some of these objects are buried beneath the rocks. Okay? So I can take this bucket or I can take this right here and I can scoop up a bunch of these rocks. Okay? And we may not really see anything in the rocks there, you see? You don't see anything in there, right? But when I dump the rocks into this basket here and I sift those rocks through, oh, look what's left. All the rocks are gone. And I found these treasures right here. So I can take those, put them in a bucket. And then let's go see if we can find another one here. Let's see. Put it through there. Got a pile of rocks, and you may not see anything at first, but once you sift it through, oh, there's a giraffe. What we just did is how they found artifacts like this. That's one of the ways that they find a lot of artifacts. That's some neat stuff. This is a toy gun from 1968 that they found in archaeological digs. Really cool. This is a picture of 1856. Looking over Scranton, and this is present from the same viewpoint. Look how much has changed.
Yeah, but look, there's more trees.
There are. But if you look right there, I believe that's where we are. That's Steamtown. And look at it now, how built up it is. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So this was what was here. The railroad yard was all overgrown with weeds and the buildings were dilapidated. And they've done an awesome job restoring it and building this museum, didn't they?
Yeah.
So this is the turntable. So that was you ringing the bell?
Yeah.
Cool, let's take a look up inside there and see what it looks like. Oh, isn't that neat? Oop, look at that. That's where they would shovel in the coal right there. See? Right there. Excuse me.
Pull the string right here.
I hear it ringing. That's neat. So we're walking into the 1902 and 1937 roundhouse. This is where they worked on all the trains. This is pretty cool. This engine up here has been sectioned to show us how it's built. Isn't that amazing? That's the firebox. And this is the boiler with the fire tubes. And there's the smoke box. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
All right, so you found one we can walk in. Looks like an old box car. Let me go down here and take a look at the side of it. Looks like it says Lackawanna, the route of Phoebe Snow on the side.
There's also, I think the boxes are used to be like for the chairs. Some of them in there.
They're used for storage.
Yeah, but like some of them made for chairs, I think, because there's a TV in there.
So the box cars originally, they're used for cargo. They may even have some livestock I've seen in some of these box cars. Those may be the ones that have the more open sides on them.
A gondola car is the perfect choice because it has sides.
But this is pretty cool. This is going to teach us a little bit about the
And if you want to load, you have to
different railroad cars.
You need a hopper car. The sloped sides and gravity make unloading easy.
Did you touch that door? Why is it moving?
I don't know.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh, this was people put trash in here. It wasn't made for trash.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Oh, look, it's an old comic.
Oh yeah, look at that. Joe Palooka. 1947, Sunday, June 29th, 1947. And then next to it, there's Superman.
Superman.
That also is 1947.
Look at how high up the seats are.
Yeah, they were. This is the caboose. So it'd be cool to ride in the caboose and you get to sit up there in those seats and look out those windows. Wish we could climb up there and take a look.
What?
I said I wish we could climb up there and take a look. Wouldn't that be neat?
Yeah.
Might have been the icebox.
That door's open. Is it just not like us up there? I guess.
These are the gauge cars.
This is the technology museum. This tells how everything works
Steam engines are just
on the
like
steam
engineers.
engines.
Each
They
one
have little
has its own
videos all
personality.
around.
On 1053, the air pump
Isn't
likes
that
to
cool?
stop. One good whack on the governor always gets it done. And she doesn't like to run at 40 miles an hour. She runs fine at 35 miles.
And this is an engine from a diesel electric locomotive. A little more modern. Yeah, there's a little motion sensor, so it doesn't come on, it doesn't play in a cycle unless you come in front of it. When you come in front of it, it starts playing.
First locomotives.
This is about the men building
It's
the
a simple
track.
arrangement, and it works very well. Though the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western could not match its rivals in miles of
What do you see? That's pretty neat how these things are on these little drawers.
Yeah. And over here, you can see us. There's a cop.
Yeah, this would be the Roundhouse office right here.
Like on the movie that we watched, that this was like the guy that was living right before it.
The Roundhouse office. The Roundhouse is where they worked on a lot of the locomotives. Here, it'll tell you right here all about it, but I'll put up a sign. So this is the Imagination Station. Whole little play area for kids. Like you can do dress up and everything. Here's an old washboard.
What is this? What is this?
That's the classroom.
Can we go inside?
No, that's where if they have a lecture going on or class going on, you can go in there.
Oh, I thought that was...
Hey, there's Phoebe Snow. It says, Phoebe Snow, now that I see how spotlessly your kitchen's kept, it seems to me it gives one quite an appetite. This cleanly road of anthracite. People used to play those washboards too. They used to use them as like a musical instrument.
Yeah, but where's all the things? Oh, I gotta get my ticket. Thank you. And I guess I put it over here. So I got this thing at the I think it's like the train like gift store, and I got this Phoebe Snow, who was one of the people who controlled the trains and stuff like that. It's metal too.
Yeah, she didn't control the train. She was like the spokesperson.
Oh.
She was in the advertisements because anthracite, the coal that they burned, they advertised it as being very clean. So she wore white on the train, and it stayed white because anthracite burned so clean. So she was in all the commercials for the Lackawanna Railroad.
Can you see that one? Plants growing inside there. It has a big hole, and rain can get in there, and plants will start to grow out.
Yeah, you can see that.
I wonder if the old bell still works.
So here we are at Coney Island, and this is the Texas Wiener right here. Take a look at this thing. Does this thing look amazing or what? I'm not sure what's all on it. I know there's onion and some kind of a special chili sauce, a hot dog sliced down the middle and put on the special bun, and it's amazing. This place has been here since 1923, and I am going to tackle this Texas Wiener.
Be careful, it's hot.
Is it? That's a good hot dog.